It is?
Hello everybody and welcome back to GrizzlyNbear Overland. Previously we had a major incident on the road from Bishkek to Osh in Kyrgyzstan. Our swivel ball housing snapped. It took us more than 24 hours to return to Bishkek at our trusted mechanic. Nikolay didn't waste any time and started to work straight away.
This one, problem. Spacer. I was sitting here replacing these bump stops. I bought extended bump stops. I was putting them on and Nikolay was inside and he just walked out and I heard something thump on the ground next to me. I turned around and I couldn't believe it. There's a Land Rover Defender ball joint that he's found in amongst all of his spare parts. So we've pulled the entire hub apart. It's stripped the threads on this stub axle again, so that'll probably need replaced, I guess. Look at the extent of the damage. He thinks he can fix this. He wants to re-weld it, but I've already ordered new ones. There you go. There's the culprit. That's a hell of a lot of work to get to that thing. We pretty much pulled the entire hub apart. There's nothing left. Ah, yeah, little set of bearings on there. Catastrophic failure. 7 more days and the new one should be arriving from France, from Newman 4x4. Gorgeous horses that Nikolay's got here in his backyard. Enjoying your morning coffee?
Yes, the first one in 5 months in here.
In the camper? We were just commenting that even in this not so great situation, we're camped out the front of Nikolay's house, getting the car worked on. It's still awesome to be camping back in Grizzly again. We don't know what we're going to do today. We need to go and visit Ryan, order new tyres. So here's the swivel housing in 2 pieces. And Nikolay, he's so keen to weld this thing back together. And from what I can gather through the language barriers here, he wants to re-weld it all back together, inside and out. And he wants to put little angle support brackets on it to make it stronger. He told me he's done it for Nissan Patrols, Toyota Land Cruisers, but this is the first time he's done it on a Land Rover.
Nikolay took us to the bazaar to look for a new battery because the auxiliary battery went dead because Lee forgot to disconnect it.
Мы поедем и посмотрим. Хорошо?
No, I don't understand.
Made in Korea.
Thank you.
Слушай, проверять не надо?
Не беспокойтесь.
We've got our new battery. I spent a little while. Who knows if it's a good replacement, but I did spend a little time Googling trying to find this brand, and it's made in Korea or something like that. But anyway, it wasn't expensive. If it lasts, well, Nikolay's going to kick it. Let's go. Russian WAZ cars. We saw these things in Kazakhstan and I just thought they're so beautiful. Like, they remind me, okay, of like an old series Land Rover or even a early Defender. The simplicity is just beautiful and they're really classic looking car. They're so sick. Ryan here at Iron Horse Nomads, he rents these things out. So if you want to do the Pamir, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan in full like old school Russian experience in one of these things, come here and check it out. But remember, they're like an old series or an old Defender. He just told me they're not comfortable. It's so beautiful. I love it. So Nikolay has been hard at work. Here's our stub axle. When we were removing the nut, we stripped the threads off it yesterday. He's ground it all back, and what he's going to do today is he's going to re-weld, build the metal up again, and then he's going to use his lathe and he's going to re-tap the thread. So I'm really excited to see. He's rebuilt it. It's so cool. And he hasn't even finished yet. He hasn't ground it all back. He's just done the weld job. Had all these tools out, his angles and everything to get the perfect alignment. So he's re-welded on the outside and on the inside. The weld can be just as strong, if not stronger than the original product. We've still got the part ordered, but maybe for a little while, I'll just carry one of these as spare. Oh, and what he's found as well which is a bit of a worry, and we are going to check the other one is here. There's a little fracture. 10-day-old. He wants to keep nibbling my hands, but he's got some strong jaws on him. So. Yeah. I can't go anywhere without this guy cruising along and just follows you around. Just wants attention. Nikolay has rebuilt the threads on it. Absolutely awesome backyard engineering. I've tried the nut on there and it just screws on perfectly. So we're back on track without needing to get a new stub axle sent to Kyrgyzstan. Awesome stuff. He's an incredible man and such an inspiration to be around somebody who can do things like this. From what I can gather, he's completely self-taught. Taking the mare and her foal for a little bit of a stroll. Maybe she's going to let him graze in the grass over there, I think. So this was the one that was snapped in half. Nikolay's re-welded it and you can compare it to that. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And now this one has just arrived from, I don't know where, Nikolay's found it somewhere in Kyrgyzstan. So now it actually turns out that we never needed to order anything from France. The work is never ending. Today's mission, the back passenger side door is not locking properly with the central locking. I've pulled the door apart and now I'm playing with this. The grub screw was loose and it slipped right down. It's working good again now. One thing off the list and probably another 10 more to go. We've still got that on the list. 3 more days until parts. Panel beater as well.
What have we got here? It looks like some new tyres for Bear. 265.
So you've got new Open Country, much smaller than your other ones.
I think it was £3,000 per top, something like that.
Yeah.
And I've only heard good things about them.
Yeah.
As I was telling you, I mean, you've only just put them on your Wrangler, but my Canadian buddy's been running these on his Defender for... Yeah, 3,000 was it? Yeah. There we go. That's right. I did research it before.
Yeah.
And he rates these things. He said that they are quite hard. He said you do have to drive on sand. You've got to pressure them down significantly because they're a harder sidewall.
Spending a lot of our life in a workshop, any workshop.
8 days and since the incident in the mountains, and now our parts are here.
Here you go.
There we go.
We got some parts.
Oh, man, awesome. Let's hope it's the right ones. Let's hope we're all good.
Well, let's go to the kitchen. Let's open them.
Yeah, let's check it out. It's a good idea. Thank you very much, Alex. You're a champion. He managed to find one in Issyk for a Land Rover Defender. I don't know how, but he got
There's a few around.
Yeah, he told me 20 in Kyrgyzstan. He knew how many.
Yeah,
he actually had one visit us. His mate's got a 90, and he came to visit us.
I've seen that one around.
These were a defective part and they had a recall on them on our model Defender.
Interesting.
And when we pulled them out, Nikolay pointed out to us, he's like, look, the metal was a lot thinner, it just looks shabby up, and there's no stamps on it, no identification. This one straight away has a serial number and a stamp on it that I can see, which gives me confidence, you know.
Yeah.
You look as excited as me, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm a car nerd. What can I say?
Yeah,
I was telling the guys the other day, I have this weird problem. My wife laughs at me about this. Every time, I love new tires. Doesn't matter. It can be for our economy car. And I'm like excited. Yay, I get to go buy tires.
So we've arrived back to Nikolay's with a box full of goodies. And Nikolay is not wasting any time. He was busy inside fitting a winch to a Land Cruiser, but he's shut that job down and he's come out, tools are out. It looks like we're going to start putting this thing back together. And it's like 7:30 p.m. Cleaning off all this old sealant. He says it's silicone, but it's like heavy duty stuff, I guess, oil resistant. Heavy duty half shaft, cam half shaft. And we snapped the other one right about there. Straight off. Took us a little while to get the half shaft attached to the CV joint, but that's back together now. I'm not sure how late we're going to work tonight. A real pleasure to be able to work with Nikolay and gain some of his knowledge. That's everything back together. It's about 9:30 at night, I think. We're still going and we have movement. we've got the hub back together. Pretty pumped about that. We've just got to adjust the track rods, put the calipers back on, and then throw the tyre on, and then we're going to get it into the hoist and give it a full inspection, and probably end up changing out the other swivel ball housing as well. So here we are, 10 days after the incident in the mountains. We finally have a tyre back on the car. We've completely rebuilt it. We started early this morning. We've still got some adjustment to do, but we are ready now to remove the camper. Stage 2 completed. Nikolay's shaking his head. She got warm water to rinse her hair with. She's getting looked after this one. We might never want to leave here.
Today's mission, we're gonna collect the tires and fit them on, and hopefully we'll be soon ready to go.
Not a big difference, is it? He looked at these tyres and he's like, these ones are good, why are you changing?
We don't want spaces anymore, and our tires are too wide.
We just stopped at a steel shop on the way home. It's a bit noisy, but Nikolay took us in to look at some whippersnippers. I think that was a subtle hint that he wanted a whippersnipper, so in payment for everything that he's done for us, yeah!
To cut the grass for the horses, because Nikolay was doing all of that by hand before. No more. Спасибо!
Steffi, мой boss.
She's the big boss. You see?
Big boss.
Big boss Steffi. She look after the money. Prima.
Прямо.
This fucking.
And of course, we're going to the daily restaurant.
Oh, classic.
Where are we going now?
Where else do we go? Now we're going to our local restaurant. Probably the 9th time at least we've been here, I think, in the last, oh, maybe more, because we went twice a day once. At least 9 or 10 times. Big gap. Now no more problems. There at the back.
Original.
Ah, original. This is the real deal. USSR Russian ice cream. Oh, good ice cream. You want some? The new tyres fitted. Toyo Open Country MTs 265/75 R16. And now we're heading up on the hoist. Try and sort out the front track rods and see if we can't get these wheels aligned. Swivel bushings on the track rods are smashed up on the driver's side as well. We've had the passenger side fixed already, but we're going to get it up, have a look, full inspection. So here's our rear track rod, which is bent like a bit of a boomerang. You can actually see the bend in it quite significantly there. I had the whole weight of the car on it, so it is heavy duty, but at first I didn't think it had bent, but it has bent. So Nikolay, of course, has an old hand press here, so we're going to try and bend it straight, which shouldn't be an issue. Just went for the first real test run with the new tyres after the balancing. We aligned them ourselves. He taught me how to align the wheels, which was really, really cool, and he's got some unreal trails. He was telling me to push it, and which is a good idea. We really, without being stupid, we went at a good pace. We hit some good holes, went through some mud, really pushed it for about 5-6 kilometers through some good terrain, and yeah, now we're bringing in here for a wash. Everything looks good. We'll give it a good inspection when we get back as well, but I'm pretty excited. He offered me 2 fish for Stephanie.
We really hope you enjoyed the video. Next time we will show you what we did while we were waiting for the parts. Until then, take care. Bye bye.
Time is up, nothing to do. You are gone, that